Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today we are going to talk about the pillars of Islam. These pillars represent the body actions. So these are five main pillars, and the first one of them is the testimony of faith. So as you remember, when we talked about the six pillars of Iman, the faith, that is related to the heart, believing in Allah and His angels and His books and so on. Now we are trying after the heart become filled with the knowledge of Allah and recognizing that Prophet Muhammad is his servant and messenger, recognizing that Prophet Muhammad is the prophet that was mentioned in the Gospel in the Torah, and we found clearly how he was mentioned in the Old and New Testament, how Prophet Moses and all of the other prophets foretold about this prophet who will come from the brothers of the children of Israel, who will be like Moses, and Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, called him the advocate, the helper. Uh, just a quick revision for that. You can revisit the video that I put in the channel that talks about what Jews and Christians need to know about Prophet Muhammad being mentioned in the Bible. So anyway, after the heart knows this, now it is the task of the tongue of a human being to recognize this fact, to bear witness that there is no deity, there is no God worthy to be worshipped except Allah, and to also bear witness that Muhammad, peace be upon him, is his servant and messenger. So this testimony of faith need to be declared crystal clear with the tongue of a human being. And when someone saying this testimony of faith based on whatever in his heart, based in a solid belief in Allah and in His Messenger, then the first reward from Allah Azza wa Jal, that all of his past sins, all of his bad deeds, all of his records will be wiped out. They could be also be replaced by good deeds. And that is a great deal from Allah Azza wa Jal. So anyway, this is the first pillar. Now we can move to the second pillar. The second pillar. So after the testimony of faith, recognizing that Allah is one, no one worthy to worship except Him. Now Allah Azza wa Jal created this heart, created this soul, and this soul needs to be connected continuously with Allah Azza wa Jal. So Allah Azza wa Jal put the second pillar of Islam, which is the prayer. We have five obligatory daily prayers. That's the one uh, uh, can I use to always connect with Allah Azza wa Jal. So these five daily prayers, they are on different time slots during the day. So the first one is the Fajr time, the Fajr Salah, which is before the sunrise, and then you have the Dhuhr, which is around noon time, and then Asr, which is around afternoon, and then the Maghrib, or the fourth prayer that comes just right after the sunset, and then later on during the night there is the fifth prayer, which is the prayer of Isha. So these are the five daily prayers that we always use to be connected with Allah Azza Jal. Allah Azza Jal has put these obligatory prayers, and of course, any Muslim can increase any voluntary prayer to ask Allah to become closer to Him and so on. So anyway, and again, another point is that the prayer, it is different from the meaning of prayer for our uh, Christian brothers. So in Christianity, when they are saying the word the prayer, actually in Islam we we consider their prayer as just as supplication. But the prayer in Islam, it has like a certain pattern. We have to wash some parts of the body before doing that prayer, and then we are going to stand in shoulder to shoulder lines and behind the one who leads the prayer, and we are reciting some verses from the Quran, and then we are like making pouring to Allah Azza wa Jal, glorifying Him, mentioning Him, praising Him, and then prostrating the ground as well. So there are some rules that we may talk about that in a separate video to focus more on the prayer and how to perform it, and what are the meanings of the words behind it, and you kind of find it's really beautiful. So anyway, we here in this video are just having the quick summary or quick overview before digging into the details of each one of them individually. So now we can move to the third pillar, which is the zakah. Zakah, or the charity. This represents the third pillar, and actually it is based on the wealth that a Muslim have. That's a Muslim has. So actually, there are many rules related to this one, and again, we could talk about that in more details. Actually, it depends on whatever the Muslim have, from money or lands or animals or any other treasures, gold, silver, whatever. And actually, these obligatory zakah is mandatory, and it's around 2.5%. And there are many rules related to it, but this is something that is very important. So we can move now to the fourth pillar, which is the fasting the month of Ramadan. So you could think about the fasting as Allah Azza wa Jal is giving us opportunity to hold the effect of the demons, of the devils, 1 month during every year, to make some rests from the effect of the jinn, or the bad devils. And this month of fasting, actually the Muslims are performing during the month of Ramadan, which is the ninth month of the Islamic calendar. And actually in this month, we are just preventing eating and drinking and coming to our wives from the sunrise to until the sunset, and that happen every day until the end of this month. And actually the main goal of this fasting is not to feel about the poor people. It's not to that Allah Azza wa Jal wants to make us hunger or suffer or whatever. No, 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 no. It's just a month of training uh, to stop the routine of our life, and then to try to use this month to achieve piety. So there are some stuff that is allowed for us, like eating, drinking, or coming to the wives, but these are prevented during certain time of every day. So by this training, uh, we are trying to achieve the piety. We are trying to overcome the uh, uh, the calls of the devil and the calls of our souls to disobey Allah Azza wa Jal. And this month, actually, we also increase reading the Quran and trying to contemplate about the meanings of the Quran as well, because the Quran was revealed during that month. So this month is very important, and this is the obligatory fasting. Of course, there are many other times during the year that anyone could fast, but this is actually the mandatory. Now, the fifth pillar, which is the pilgrimage or the Hajj. So during this fifth pillar, actually, it is just mandatory once per lifetime, if someone have the financial and the physical ability to do it, which is visiting the Holy Lands in Mecca and doing different rituals over there. So this is just a quick summary, guys, about the five pillars of the Islam.